Today in Hong Kong, a laborer faces sentencing in a seditious messages scandal, big legal stakes, and a lot of questions about where the line is drawn. I'm Leah.
And I'm Garrett. Welcome to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett in Hong Kong. First up, seditious messages, scandal, Hong Kong laborer faces sentencing. Raymond Wong Chen-Fai, a 55-year-old construction worker, has pleaded guilty to distributing seditious messages from his flat. Police from the National Security Department, the unit that handles national security cases, say he wrote messages calling for the murder of police officers and judges, used derogatory language about mainland Chinese, and pushed slogans about Hong Kong's liberation and defeating communism. The case was first reported in October 2024. He was detained in May 2026. He's now remanded, kept in custody, with sentencing next month.
That's heavy. For clarity, sedition here refers to inciting people to hate or to use violence against authorities. It's not the same as ordinary criticism. Hong Kong's national security ordinance treats calls for violence as a bright line, and these messages, which included explicit calls for murder, crossed that line. It underlines how sensitive political expression can be here, especially when speech veers into threats.
Why the long timeline, though? Reported in 2024, but detained in 2026. Is that just the gears of an investigation turning slowly?
Likely. These cases can involve digital forensics, tracing authorship, and building a full evidentiary record. We don't have the internal details, but it tracks that complex cases take time. What's clear now is he's pleaded guilty, and the court will decide the penalty next month.
All right, let's roll on. Fire safety crackdown. Hong Kong extends inspections of old buildings for 2 more years. This follows the devastating Tai Po fire last November that left 168 people dead. Authorities plan to check around 5,000 high-risk older buildings, especially those under renovation or wrapped in scaffolding. Focus areas include fire alarms, hose reel systems, and water tanks staying service-ready. The first phase already brought 75 prosecutions, meaning legal actions for non-compliance. Honestly, proactive is the way to go. Renovation adds hazards. Scaffolding, which is the temporary structure outside buildings, can block access. And gear like hose reels need to work on the worst day, not just the best day. Strict checks here feel like, yeah, that checks out.
Why are buildings under renovation riskier exactly?
Quick version. Exits can be narrowed by materials. Fire doors may be propped open. Temporary wiring adds ignition risk. And if alarms or water tanks are down for maintenance without backups, response time stretches. So inspections during renovation are like a safety pressure test.
Next up, tragic fall in Hong Kong. A 61-year-old man surnamed Law died after falling from his public housing flat in Jiat Min Tsuen, Sha Tin, during a dispute with his 52-year-old wife, 21-year-old son over education expenses. The son called police at 9:42 p.m. Preliminary investigation suggests an accidental fall during a scuffle in the kitchen that led to a fall from the balcony. No suicide note was found. Both the wife and son were arrested as part of the investigation. Real talk. Family financial stress can escalate fast. In a public housing flat, which is often a smaller living space, a physical struggle near a balcony is a dangerous situation. My heart goes out to everyone involved here.
I've got a question here. If police think the fall might be accidental, why were the wife and son arrested?
In sudden death cases with a reported scuffle, arrests can be an investigative step. It lets police secure statements and evidence while they determine if any offense was committed. It's not the same as a conviction. The final decision depends on what the full investigation shows.
Let's switch it up. Ebola alert. Hong Kong warns travelers as an outbreak worsens in the Democratic Republic of Congo, also called DR Congo. Authorities issued a red travel alert today. Red is the middle level in the 3-tier system, advising against non-essential travel. Officials cite at least 139 suspected deaths and around 600 suspected cases. They're preparing potential quarantine orders, temporary isolation to stop the spread if needed.
Quick refresher. Ebola is a severe viral disease that causes fever and bleeding and it spreads through direct contact with bodily fluids. It's not airborne like the flu. The alert reflects concern that the outbreak could be in DR Congo's northern provinces. If you're traveling, non-essential means trips you can delay or cancel. Essential is things like urgent family or work that can't be moved.
Transfer and transit passengers are a big part of our airport traffic right now, so vigilance matters. If routes connect through affected regions, plans may shift quickly. Stay flexible. That's a solid point for health and logistics.
Last up. Airgun mystery. Police are probing damage to a window in Yuanlong after a 64-year-old resident at Shekping House in Longping Estate found a steel pellet on her bed and a damaged pane. She first noticed it in mid-May and reported it a couple of days later. A district councillor says there may be similar cases nearby. The incident is classified as criminal damage, and the Yuanlong District Crime Squad is investigating. What a twist! Firing even a low-powered airgun near homes is dangerous. Glass can fracture, people can get hurt. Community safety has to come first here, so a thorough investigation feels essential.
If you live around Longping Estate and noticed a sharp cracking sound, or found anything like a pellet, steel or BB-sized, that's worth passing to police. Small clues can matter in cases like this.
That's the takeaway for this one. From courtroom updates to building safety and health alerts, a lot to track in our city today.
That's all for today on Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett from Hong Kong. Stay informed, stay safe, and tune in tomorrow for more updates.